Test. Okay. Seems to work. We'll wait for a few folks to show up. We'll get rocking here. Set the sound here. Welcome to Coffee and Games, or Games and Coffee, I forget what we're calling it. We are going to chat about video games and drink some coffee, and that's basically it. So we'll see if anybody shows up this time. If not, no big deal. It's our first attempt. Who's out there? If you're out there, feel free to leave a question and we can answer it. If you want to get into this Games and Coffee, let me know, and we will. I will send you out the link. Just tweet at me at Dolly Demovsky, and I can do that for you, or put it in the Q&A. I'm playing Wolfenstein right now because it is a fantastic game, and I need to complete it. I'm only at about chapter 6. I'm playing on the PS4. It's a damn good game. I'm going to throw the Twitch stream up of the game as well. But yeah, thanks for joining me, us, for whoever else shows up. You can see my wonderful abode in here. Super manly. I'm sitting on a hot pink polka dot beanbag with my daughter's Winnie the Pooh seat back here. I'm a bachelor this weekend. Everybody's out of town. So I thought I'd play some games. Flip through the notes here. Can you guys hear me all right? If you can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know. I'll just tweet out. So yeah, if you want to get on the show, let me know. We're open right now to just about anybody, or to most people. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Again, I'm playing Wolfenstein right now, which is, again, it's a really good game. Have you guys been keeping up with the news? How about them sports teams? So Durazi says English is terrible. That's okay. Mine's not always great either, and I was born here. I do play some MMOs. I'm just getting into them. I only played WoW for maybe like a half hour. I used to play Final Fantasy XI a lot when that first came out for the PC and the PS2. But I want to get into some new ones. So if you have suggestions for games, feel free to let me know. Because I really like to try some new MMOs. I've heard WildStar is pretty good. Maybe I'll get back into WoW. They've made a lot of changes. But I never played Terra or Rift. They didn't really quite do much for me. But yeah, if you have suggestions, please feel free to let me know. And what a comeback yesterday by Germany to tie the Ghana game. Can you guys hear me okay? I wish I could find a way to switch back and forth between the TV and um, the camera. Maybe for the next one, I'll try to get something going here. But you can find the Twitch stream at Twitch TV /Kewlrats, KEWLRATS, if you want to watch the stream and then listen along to the Hangout. That always works too. So the one thing about Wolfenstein, I always pronounce it wrong. I could pronounce it better in the early 90s when the first couple games came out, but I've been horrible since then. The one thing I like about it is it reminds me of, if you've played Bioshock and games like that, it has a little bit of that feeling from the standpoint of, there's a lot of story elements involved, which is one of the best things about the last generation, was that there were a lot of story elements in the FPS games, or a lot of the FPS games, and some light RPG elements. There's a little bit of RPG in Wolfenstein, but and by that I mean just being able to upgrade your weapons as you go along by doing specific tasks. So it's not really an RPG, but it's a lot of fun, and the writing in this game has been fantastic. So yeah, if you'd rather watch the Twitch stream, again, you can just go to Twitch TV /Kewlrats, which is my account, and just watch the Twitch stream and then listen to Google Hangout. So I'll talk a little bit about E3 since that's been basically the topic du jour, every du jour, for the last couple weeks. Is that even a word? Topic du jour, every du jour? Maybe I'll start a website called Topic du jour, every du jour. So E3 was a lot of fun. We were out there. There were 3 folks from SideQuesting, and then we had a couple other folks that were kind of helping out. We had three or four people helping out back here at home base. In our airship in the sky in the mountains. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Going into it, I was not expecting a lot, because obviously all the consoles came out last year and were revealed last year. So last year was a huge year. But this year there wasn't, I wasn't expecting there to be that amount of craziness at the shows. Nobody was dropping microphones and things like that. But so going in, I had kind of low expectations. And Monday seemed to enforce that, the press conference day, and I mentioned it during the SideQuest podcast, but after all the press conferences on Monday, I was really kind of bummed out because everything was coming out in 2005, and 2005 meant that, or 2015, everything came out in 2015, which meant I kept asking, what's coming out in 2014? Well, it didn't seem like there was much coming out in 2014. So at the end of the day on that Monday, I just said, this is going to be a pretty bad year for video games. I mean, everything cool was coming out the next year. What do we have to look forward to? And then Nintendo's conference the next morning kind of said the same thing. We have a lot of cool games, but again, all the ones you really, really, really want, besides maybe Smash Brothers, aren't coming out until 2015. And everything this year is either collections and remakes, like the Master Chief Collection, or yet another game in another series, like Smash Brothers, or or Little Big Planet, which is also a PS3 game apparently. So that was my feeling on Monday and kind of Tuesday afternoon. And then after finally playing some of the games on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, my mood completely changed, and suddenly I felt really positive about 2014 from what I played. There are just some fantastic games coming out this year, and there's gonna be a lot to um, keep us occupied. So I'm really hopeful for this year. Let me check if I can see if I can add some folks in. See if Eric is floating around. Again, if you want to get in on the games with coffee, let me know. Oh, I can tell you what kind of coffee I'm drinking. I got really lazy this morning, and usually I'll use my the AeroPress. Maybe I'll talk about that next week or later, which is fantastic. For my morning coffees. Ooh, excuse me, I'm so tired. I was out late last night. But today I got real lazy and started. I just had to use the Keurig. So that's the Veranda Blonde, um, which is a fantastic coffee. I always like Starbucks stuff, and the Veranda is a nice one for breakfast. Veranda Blend is a nice one for breakfast. It's about a medium roast, a little bit of soft flavor to it. The only thing I've noticed about Starbucks is certain Starbucks coffees, you definitely need a little bit of cream in there because they can be really acidic. So it's important to, at least from my vantage point, uh, make sure that you have, make sure that you have the right coffee. So if you're drinking anything, let me know. All right. So I'm in some type of test lab here. Here we go. What's that? Oh, break something open. Can I? See, what can I do? Can I hop up on top of there? There we go. I didn't see that the first time. There's a ladder. As there's always a ladder. Okay. Ah. Anybody watching the World Cup? I know I am. I am totally a huge soccer fan when it comes to these big tournaments, World Cup and Euro and things like that. So I always dig it. All right, so I've got to figure out a way to. I thought I was trying. Oh, I gotta use the laser. There you go. But it's good coffee. This Veranda Blend. All right, looks like I found something. I'm gonna drink this coffee. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things coming out this year. um, I don't know what consoles you guys have, but I've got everything. That's one of the kind of important things we need to have for the. Oh, this must be a new laser. Laser Craftwork. Um, of being in the games industry in a little bit of a way is to try to get a little bit of console if you can. But yeah, so I've got PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. And I'm most excited about. There isn't anything really that gets me excited about the PS4 this year, just because it did seem like the order was pushed back, and I was really hoping for um, Uncharted to be this year, but that won't be coming this year. Neither of those will be. But I do want the, maybe I'll get Little Big Planet 3 later on. I'm not 100% sure. There are some fantastic indies coming to the PS4, so there's always that if you're interested in the indie stuff. But I think the Xbox One has a stronger lineup this year. I don't think. I mean, it's obvious. They have Sunset Overdrive, at least exclusive lineup, I should say. Sunset Overdrive and the Master Chief Collection, if that's your thing, playing old games. Uh, so I think that it's going to be good for that. And then I think I don't know if Below is coming out this year. If it is, fantastic. But um, yeah, there seems to be a lot more things coming out for the Xbox One. But then there's a lot of multiplayer, multi-console games that are coming out as well. So you're definitely not going to be out of oh shoot, you're not going to be out of luck if you're not if you don't have an Xbox One, only have a PS4. You should be fine. And then the Wii U obviously has some good. um, Wii U has Smash Brothers and uh, Captain Toad, which comes out in December. I'm excited for both those. Smash Brothers was huge at E3. It was basically the game everybody was talking about. I think Nintendo was kind of the biggest presence at E3, at least from being on the show floor. It may have been different from the folks at home that were watching it. It seemed different. But on the show floor, I think everybody was talking Nintendo and some of the Oculus stuff. That's kind of the two big things, which is it's good to see Nintendo, being spoken of in positive lights. Again, though a lot of their games are coming out next year, at least they have, at least they can have some momentum going forward. And as I've said in the past, the healthy Nintendo is good for the gaming industry because, and that's why I don't think Nintendo should ever go a third party because you need them to, hold fort on innovation and their property and so on. So if they do good, the industry does good. All right, I think I'm supposed to climb up this ladder. I'm not 100% sure. As for my favorite games of the show, it was tough to tough to really pick anyone that I really loved. And that's what I said as much in the on the side quest. There were a lot. There were a lot of great things, and I tried to keep my favorites as to the ones that I could play. So no Zelda, that wasn't playable. Although apparently that was all in game, so that's kind of cool. Actual in-game graphics and stuff. So kudos to that team for putting it together. But the what was I going to say? But Captain Toad was a surprise. I love that mode in Mario 3D World. So that was awesome to be able to kind of play a whole game that was built around that. And then the Yoshi's Woolly World was fantastic. But I mean, obviously, Smash was a ton of fun. Splatoon was the one out of the Nintendo booth that really kind of struck me. Just a fun multiplayer game that's 4-on-4, 8 people at once. I really think it's going to have a chance at being a good, long-term multiplayer game. I don't know if it necessarily has an audience on the Wii U, unfortunately, because of the smaller Nintendo audience, but it has the potential of being a really fun game that people play for a long time. So, is there anything that you guys saw at E3 just from the live streams that that you guys liked? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. If I don't get to it this time, I'll get to it next time. Sunset Overdrive was fantastic. I gotta say, that was also one of the games that that I was really interested in. And I'm excited for that. It's third person, which is great because I'm not into first person all that much, even though I'm playing Wolfenstein right now. But the idea behind it, just that whole, uh, characters running around, hopping on everything, using your environment to your advantage, I think is a pretty cool synopsis. And the visuals look great, so that was cool. So yeah, Sunset Overdrive looks fantastic. Had a chance to play that, can't wait. Played Forza Horizon 2, and I played the first one, but the second one seemed a little bit more outlandish. And so I drove the Lamborghini Huracan, and I went off-road in the Huracan, and I know a Huracan cannot go off-road, and I know you're supposed to suspend a little bit of belief when you're playing Forza Horizon, but it's difficult when you see, and me, I'm a car guy, so I work full-time in the automotive industry, and it's difficult for me to do that because I see a realistic-looking car, and I instantly think, all right, well, um, I've got to I've got to drive the car the way it's meant to be driven. It's realistic, and you don't do that with Forza Horizon. So it definitely threw me off a little bit. Stuff kill this dude over here. And I did not do that. Wait, don't kill me. Good. All right. Sometimes you just gotta let yourself die in games and restart at a checkpoint. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anybody else joining us, which is a bummer. But that's all right. This was the first one, kind of a last second type of thing. Um, oh, I think that posted on Twitch. But yeah, we'll do this definitely more often, and we'll get more people on there. It shall be fun. Maybe this first time didn't work out exactly as planned, but I think because a lot of people didn't really know about it until the last second. That's mostly my fault because I just posted it 20 minutes before the stream started. Well, Twitch seems to be acting up today. Hello, Golfum. How are you? I just gave you a +1. Wondering why the Twitch stream is dying. Is it my network or is it Twitch? Because this seems to be fine. I'm drinking coffee and playing video games, and I mentioned before I'm drinking Veranda Blend from the Keurig, and I am playing Wolfenstein for the PS4, which is a fun game. And I'm playing in my living room. As you can see, the wonderful setup around here. It's a picture of my daughter back there when she was born. I have a bunch of toys, stuff all over the room. My pointing is horrible. You can see her little pigtail right there. I don't mind if they kill me sometimes. Just let them. Like I said earlier, you gotta let them reset the world on you sometimes. My Twitch stream keeps trying to reset itself here. I'm gonna delete this. There we go. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. There's a lot of great soccer taking place today, and I'll be cheering on the U.S. team. I love the World Cup, so hopefully we can get some good stuff going. Let me figure out the controls. Options. Throw grenade weapon selection. Aha, so that was throw knife. Okay. Got it. I'm just playing Wolfenstein right now, for those that are wondering. We'll do this till about 10 a.m. Eastern time, so another half hour. I know it was early today, but we're gonna give it a shot. We can always change the times for the next time we do this. I got found out by the enemy here. Oop. All right. Looks like that was about it for today. It's all right. We'll do this again next week, either Saturday or Sunday. Thanks for the conversation, and looking forward to hearing more from you guys. If you liked Coffee and Games, let me know, or Games and Coffee, whatever we call it. And we can do this again more often. We're gonna try to do these as live events too, if possible, which would be really cool, I think. All right, that's it. I'm gonna stop the broadcast. Thank you guys.